When you can look at all your hardships and your trials as a blessing and truly see why things are necessary, that they play out the way that they did, it frees you. I look back at my life and I see some of the hardest times that I have been through. I see these moments as the most impactful, that lit the way for me to reconnect to my truth, to become very comfortable within myself, to be who I am meant to be. All of it. And to lose the care factor of worrying about what anybody thinks of me, because it just does not matter. The people that have tried to make me feel insignificant in this world, I don't see them with any resentment. I don't have this need to want to retaliate. The moment you wish to retaliate and seek vengeance on somebody because it didn't turn out the way how you wished it to, because they didn't show up the way you wanted them to, you straight away let yourself down. You block your path forward, because retaliation, the need for vengeance, that bitterness that people can carry within them, it is so negative. It blocks you from ever reconnecting to yourself, because all your focus is being put on the outside rather than going within. When you can take the time to go within, this is where you have the most profound moments of truly meeting yourself on a deeper scale. And I often talk about these layers that we go through, these different layers that we move through, and they are hard to move through. They are so excruciatingly hard. The path to reconnecting to your true authenticity, it is not one of grace and dancing in a field of flowers. It is quite the opposite. It is through the darkest, most trialing times in your life, the moments where it feels more like a nightmare, those moments, the darkest of them all, is where you find your light. When we are surrounded by people who enable us with our victimization, the people who offer support, as much as they mean well, this cripples you. The path to spirituality, it is very much a lonely path. You must be alone. You can have hundreds of people around you offering support, but it's still something that you withdraw from the world, and you go through it alone, because nobody experiences things the way you do. Nobody can take your pain away. Nobody can take your suffering away. Only you can make sense of these things, because you cannot erase these emotions or push them down and expect yourself to heal. You must go through the uncomfort in order to find yourself again. When you are ascending, you can't put time on it. It is something that you sit in and you feel so intensely while everything is surfacing up. You feel so lost and confused with everything. You don't understand the point of why things happen the way they do. You go through all these different emotions that the ego, that voice in our head, will put us through to convince us to fall back into those old patterns. It is so often that I find that people break in these moments, because it is so heavy and it is so exhausting to move through this, because you are losing a piece of your identity that you became so accustomed to believe was you, but it was never you. This is a facade. This is what the ego paints for us as our identity. The way we cope and handle things, that was never your way. It was always imprinted upon you, how you were going to move through those trials, how you were going to perceive your world. It was shown to you how to do this. But when you go within and you take the time to sit with yourself, there is a deeper knowing within you that pulls at you, and it takes you back to every bit of knowledge, tools, all that information is there within you. It's just we get clouded by everything that has been shown to us from when we first come here. So when you take that time and are patient with yourself and understand that these emotions are there triggering us to go back within and go deeper, you will find a little spark of light in this darkness. And this is your true authenticity. This is where you meet yourself. And this is where all clarity comes into play. Because when this clear vision and feeling, this emotion of, I get it, hits you, everything shifts. And you no longer see any trial the same way as you did before. It's just a matter of allowing yourself to go through that heaviness and get through that heaviness. And that time washes over you. It is a light that is so bright that from the inside out, it fills you up. And even though you'll experience hard times still throughout your life, it never ever is looked at in the same way. You no longer judge yourself and the way you handle things, because you understand that there is a bigger purpose for all of it. You understand that everybody who has ever come into your life, even the most awful experiences that you've had with others, they are the things that grow you the most. And all of a sudden, you see them as blessings. You see them as beautiful blessings. So, if you're going through anything hard right now in your life, trust the process. It is taking you to yourself. Allow yourself to go with it. And look deeper. Go deeper. Your truth, your light, your love, it is there. That is where you find yourself.